there right here. Honey. Oh. Got a whole process up in here. Right the whole process up here.
Yeah.
Trying to get there. Got a nice little protest outside of the ICE building here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Back at it one more again. Another protest. Y'all here, we live. All right. Has only been there for They got a protest about to start in a few minutes, y'all. Y'all getting the first look right here. Yep. Share that live. See what time they about to kick everything off. It's supposed to be 5 o'clock, but they here. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Everybody tuning in. We live right now. We live. We got more people showing up. We live. Let's see what's about to kick off.
Indicar la presencia en tu corazón, la que tiene castigo. La que tiene castigo, mi corazón, ay, arriba, ay, arriba. Ay, arriba, ay, arriba, arriba, cuando soy por la guerra.
Right outside the ice building. They want ice out of New Orleans now. I don't know what time they kicking off. They're about to start. But the protesters are out here. The protesters are out here, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see. They do not want ICE in NOLA anymore. So we'll see what happens. Deport them.
Exercising our constitutional right to free speech and to protest, and that is what democracy is. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Tú nos dices que debemos sentarnos, pero las ideas solo pueden levantarnos, caminar, correr, pueden decidir, retroceder, ver, podemos ganar solo, nada sobre todos, faltan todos, somos juntos para todos, para nosotros somos.
I think they about to get things kicking off, yo. Let's see. All right, they starting.
Testing. No fear, no hate.
Immigrants are what makes us great.
Okay, no fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE.
No ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA.
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 No Trump, no ICE, 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 no fascist USA.
No Rodri, no No KKK, no fascist USA. Money for jobs and education, not for mass deportation. Money for jobs and education, not for mass deportation. The people united will never be defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. I said, when immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back.
Good afternoon, everybody, or evening. My name is Devorah. I'm an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and it's so beautiful to see folks out here who are showing up and who keep showing up to say, hands off our immigrant neighbors, hands off immigrant families. We want to see this whole mass deportation system collapse. We want to see an end to Trump's war on immigrants, because we aren't going to stand for this. What Trump wants to do is sow fear in our communities. He's starting first with immigrant populations, targeting people who don't have papers or people who are not citizens, because he wants to lay the groundwork to tear down all kinds of civil liberties in this country. What he is doing is waging a war on the whole working class, because it sows fear when you incite mass raids, when you separate families, when you rip babies away from their mothers, when you tear up due process in this country. They are denying people the right to due process, which is a constitutional right every single person has regardless of their status. But they want to do away with it. Right here in New Orleans, down on Canal Street, there's an immigration court where people are going multiple times a week for their hearings, often seeking asylum. They are going through things the legal route, supposedly doing everything right. But what happens? People are getting denied their due process, and ICE has been waiting outside of the immigration court in the 5th floor of this mall, the Canal Place Mall, waiting to pick people up and abduct them. Shame! Shame! It is so outrageous. It is so outrageous. And they think they can get away with this. The Trump administration and his best friend, Jeff Landry, and the far right, and their billionaire friends, they think they can get away with this because they think people won't fight back. They want to sow fear and division. They want to tell us that if you're not an immigrant, if you were a citizen born in this country, that the immigrant struggle isn't your struggle. That we shouldn't care about what's happening to immigrant families if it doesn't affect our family. They want to tell you that the immigrant struggle has nothing to do with the struggle for Palestine, the struggle against war and imperialism. They want to tell you it has nothing to do with the struggle for black liberation in this country. They want to tell you it has nothing to do with your right to form a union, your struggle as a worker, as a working person, to be able to have dignity, to provide for your family. The immigrant families are somehow your enemy. We're gonna wait. They want you to think that your enemy is immigrant families and not the billionaire ruling class. Because that's effective. They want you to think that people coming here looking for a better life coming from Central America or the Caribbean or Asia or Africa, that these people are your enemy, that they're trying to steal your jobs. Who's really stealing the jobs? Because you know what the largest source of theft is in this country? It's wage theft. It's the money that employers, that bosses steal from workers, not what immigrants are doing. They're doing nothing wrong. The real criminal is the Trump administration. The real criminals are ICE. The real criminals are the Department of Homeland Security. The people who separate families and rip babies out of the arms of their mothers, those are the criminals. The people who are the criminals are the ICE agents that lurk in the mall here on Canal Street, waiting to rip people away, abduct them and throw them in unmarked vans and take them off to God knows where. Those are the real criminals. They want to sow division because they want to divide us. So we have to know that this is the time to unite. They want you to be so afraid with what the Trump administration is doing. They want you to look at all the attacks that are coming from every angle, right? They want you to look at the mass deportations. They want you to look at the attacks on DEI, the attacks on Medicaid, the attacks on SNAP, the attacks on trans people. They want you to look at all of that and say, there's nothing I can do, I'm throwing my hands up, it's all going to hell. But because that benefits them. That benefits the people in power in this country, of which Trump is just one piece. The people in power are a tiny clique of billionaires, of the ultra-rich. They're the capitalist class. They're the people that profit off of our backs for all the work that we do. They're the ones stealing from us. They're stealing from us every single day. And they think that they can get away with this because if people don't fight back, they will sweep through. What they want to do, what the Trump administration wants to do, is install a form of right-wing dictatorship in this country. It's something that they have been planting the seeds for not just months, not just years, but decades and decades. And the Democratic Party is also responsible for allowing this to happen, because they've also been bolstering ICE, because they've also been bolstering militarization of the border and the war machine abroad. They've also been competing, as we saw in the election last year, that Kamala Harris, Democrats were competing on who could be more far right on immigration, who could be quote unquote tougher on the border.
Shame.
Because they saw that it could be politically convenient. They never really cared about immigrant families and working people. And so what we need to do is unite all across this country, all sectors of society, and show that we are going to resist. Are you ready to resist? Are you going to sit back as your neighbors get deported?
No!
Are you going to sit back if they come for your coworkers?
No!
For your friends?
No!
For your family?
No!
Absolutely not. I know I'm not going to sit back and stand for this. We are at a critical point right now. We have the chance to do something. If we stand up and we take to the streets and we mobilize en masse, not just in the dozens or the hundreds, but in the hundreds of thousands, in the millions, in cities all across the country, like the people in LA are doing. If we stand up and if we are courageous today, we can actually win freedom and justice. This is our moment to decide what we are going to do. To not cower in fear, to organize, to join organizations, to unite with other working people and stand up against the agenda of the billionaires that wants to terrorize immigrants and sooner or later will come to terrorize everyone. And so we are at that juncture now where we have the power to turn back the tide and defeat the Trump administration, to deal them a decisive blow. Just like the courageous people in Los Angeles spontaneously rose up because they said, I don't want my family member to get deported. I don't want my friend or my coworker to get deported. Over a third of Los Angeles is foreign born. And so they know what they're doing when they target LA. And here too, we have a strong and vibrant immigrant community. They're our neighbors. They're a part of our community. They want to separate us, but we say we are one. And so we're taking to the streets today, and we're going to keep taking to the streets until we see the complete defeat of the Trump administration, of ICE, of their deportation machine, and all of the racist dehumanization that they carry out every single day, because we are stronger as the people united. The people united can never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
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 I'm going to pass it off now to our first speaker, Alfredo, who is a very central organizer to the struggle for immigrant justice here in our community with Unión Migrante. Give it up for Alfredo.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Primero que nada, gracias a todos por estar esta tarde aquí.
First of all, thank you all for being today here in this afternoon.
Me pidieron que hablara, pero la verdad ya no sé de qué manera poder expresar
They asked me to talk today, but I don't even know anymore how to express
lo que está sintiendo la comunidad latina y de qué manera hacer entender a esta administración, a este gobierno,
what we're feeling as the immigrant community, as the Latina immigrant community, and to make this administration understand
todo el desastre que está causando, no solo en la parte de los inmigrantes, sino en lo económico también.
all the destruction that it is causing, not only for immigrants, but our economy.
Siempre decimos que cuando viene un desastre natural, como un huracán, que ya empezó la temporada, los que reconstruyen la ciudad somos los inmigrantes.
We always say that when we get hurricanes, when it's hurricane season, which is it is starting, who rebuilds the city? It is immigrants.
Somos los que trabajamos en los hoteles cuando hay Mardi Gras, somos los que barremos las calles, somos los que trabajamos en los restaurantes para que los turistas vengan a esta ciudad.
We are the people who work in the hotels. We are the ones who sweep the streets after Mardi Gras. We are the ones who work in the restaurants that tourists go to.
Y cada vez veo menos gente en los restaurantes, mayormente en los negocios hispanos.
And every day I see less people, especially in businesses that are Hispanic.
El miedo que tiene la comunidad inmigrante, la comunidad latina, es muy grande. No quieren salir, quieren estar en su casa encerrados ya.
The fear that is in our immigrant and our Latina community is so big, nobody wants to come out of their house. They just want to stay in.
Ya estamos peor que en la Alemania nazi. Creo que somos perseguidos como si fuéramos una gallina que tienen que atrapar por donde quiera que la vean.
It feels like Nazi Germany, like we're chickens that they're trying to capture.
No solo eso está causando, también miedo, también problemas hasta psicológicos en los hispanos, en los latinos, en los inmigrantes.
And those are not the only issues and problems that this is causing. Also psychological, mental health problems in immigrants in our Latina community.
Tengo un amigo que me dice que cada vez que sale a trabajar ve a sus hijos cuando se van a la escuela muy preocupados porque no saben si cuando regresen de la escuela estarán sus padres en casa.
I have a friend who says that every morning when he says bye to his kids, he sees his kids so worried because they're not sure if they're going to see him again.
El esposo y la esposa solo llegan de trabajar y se quedan encerrados en su casa. Ahorita la mayoría de los inmigrantes que tienen hijos ciudadanos, mandan a sus hijos a comprar los mandados o las cosas que necesitan a las tiendas.
And then when they come home, when the wife and the husband come home, they don't go out of the house anymore. Right now what is happening is that immigrant families who have citizen children, they're the ones who are doing the shopping. They're the ones who are doing the errands.
Pero también queremos mandar el mensaje que nosotros los inmigrantes, si cruzamos una frontera, somos valientes, somos personas que venimos a luchar, que venimos a trabajar, no somos criminales.
But we also want to share the message that we crossed the border, that we are courageous, that we came to work, that we are not criminals.
Y aquí enfrente de las oficinas de ICE venimos a decirle que no nos vamos a dejar, vamos a luchar hasta el último momento y vamos a seguir siempre adelante.
And here in front of the office of ICE, we are here to tell you that we are not going to stand for this, that we are going to fight till the last moment, till our last breath.
Lo mismo que hicieron nuestros compañeros en California, vamos a hacerlo en todas las ciudades donde hay inmigrantes.
We're going to stand up like they're doing, like our comrades in LA. We're going to do it in every city. Because we are with the immigrant community.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. The people united will never be defeated. Thank you. Y un abrazo a todos desde mi corazón.
Thank you, and I send a big hug to all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Alfredo. I'm gonna ask everyone to do something real quick because there's a weird gap here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have everyone consolidate right here. If you're on this side, come, group up. These are your friends, these are your comrades. So everyone, let's consolidate. You don't have to go anywhere. Beautiful. Let's show our power, because we got numbers. We want people to see it from the street. Okay. As Alfredo said, people come here to work, they come here to provide for the families, they come here seeking a better life, and then what do they get? How do they get treated? It's disgusting the way that they're treating people. It's disgusting. This is unacceptable. Young children who are being traumatized because they don't know if their parents are going to come home from work or not. That's disgusting. This is all the more reason to be fighting. Next up, we're going to hear from our next speaker, Terrence, from the Party for Socialism and Liberation.
It's nice seeing all y'all out here today. It's very humid. You could have been anywhere else, but you came out here today in solidarity with us, and that's very beautiful. I'm glad to see all of y'all here. I've been seeing, from my melanated skin, from my Dupian, features, I'm a black man. And I bring that up to make a point. There's a lot of brothers and sisters talking about how, it's not our fight, how we should be, staying home, and sit this one out. That's what they're saying. And I'm remiss to say, disappointed to that, deep down in the dark, the crevices of my own psyche, I had that thought, that, whew, at least this time it's not us. Take the edge off a little bit. But the thing about it is that if they come for our Latin American brothers and sisters, they're gonna come for us, all of us. This is just the start. We next. It starts with the people that they seem to be the most vulnerable and easy pickings, but they come for Latin American brothers and sisters. We are next. The white, moderate, even the common racists, they all are in a position where they can be, caught in the dragnet of this, so-called or Christian nationalism. Everything is permissible, among these people, and we have to prepare to fight against that, with everything that we have over there. They already have started, to deport people that have no green cards, deport people that have, deport people that are U.S. nationals, and act like, that they forgotten, that they were national citizens, They really don't care, and our struggle is connected in that, because, they come for us, they're going to come for all of us. We have to come together and fight that in solidarity, Any means necessary, This is the time. We can't wait until, queer people, or black people, we're all in this together. The reason is that this so-called fascist ideology, this Christian nationalist ideology, it has the disposition of a rabid dog. We all know what a rabid dog does. It lashes out at anything in its path, without rhyme or reason. That's what a rabid dog does. And we all know what we have to do with a rabid dog. You have to put a rabid dog down before a rabid dog puts you down. You gotta stand in its path, before it puts you 6 feet under. And we have to do that together with agitating, organizing, resisting, and you feel today, and that's what we're doing here today. Because nowadays, we might wait for a great leader to come swooping and to save us, but we all use great leaders. All of us here today, we ain't gonna have Malcolm here. He's not gonna come back from the dead to help us agitate. Chavez ain't gonna come back to help us organize. MLK ain't gonna help us come back to march. We have to do that ourselves in solidarity. Because this is how these systems of power function. They want to sow division and discontent between everybody here today, so we don't unite, come together, and fight back against the power speak. So this today is a rallying cry, and you won't come out just for this. We come out for black people, queer people, working class people, our Latin American brothers and sisters, Palestinians. We have to come back for all of us. Because we all connected together, in the struggle as human beings, our souls have to fight for that. Because if we don't fight for it, they're going to take it away from us. So they can't let them have it. They can't let them have our humanity. Let them have our souls, our bodies and minds, because that's what they want. This ideology is ideology of complete and utter domination and subjugation. And if we let them dominate us and subjugate us, they're going to do that. We're not going to be left with anybody else. Thank y'all.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? That's right! We demand justice! We demand an end to racism, to this violence, every single form that it takes. Every single form that it takes. And we need to unite. That is the essential thing here. So next we're going to be hearing from our next speaker from Jewish Voice for Peace, Eva.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'm here today with Jewish Voice for Peace New Orleans, and we're here to stand in solidarity with our friends and our neighbors who are being aggressively and viciously targeted by ICE and this presidential administration. From Los Angeles to New York to New Orleans, we say, not on our watch. We won't allow it. We won't allow raids, arrests, abductions, and deportations to happen in silence. We're here, we're watching, and we're doing everything we can to protect the members of our community who have done nothing other than come to our country to work, to go to school, and to succeed, and to live stable and peaceful lives. We must be visible in our opposition to this terror. We've seen over and over again that showing up, protesting, coming out in numbers, it works to deter ICE and law enforcement who work with ICE from continuing this reign of terror that we're seeing. And I want to talk in particular about something that happened today in New York City. I don't know if some of you have seen this, but Comptroller Brad Lander, who's also a candidate for mayor in New York, was court observant in immigration court in downtown Manhattan, which is an activity that many of us in this group have also been doing at immigration court at Canal Place in New Orleans. Mr. Lander, Comptroller Lander, has been participating in this court watch program over several months and years. He showed up to be in solidarity with the folks who live in fear of being arrested at their immigration hearings that they're properly showing up for and trying to comply with the law. When he asked the ICE officials who were present at the court today to show them a judicial warrant for arrest for one of the individuals they wanted to abduct today, they arrested Mr. Lander and they told the world, the Department of Homeland Security posted that Mr. Lander assaulted the ICE officers. Now you can go watch the video for yourselves. There was no assault other than what the law enforcement officers did on Comptroller Lander. What this shows, and something that's important to note, is that ICE only has authority to arrest folks who they have reason to believe are non-citizens. They had no reason to believe that Mr. Lander was not a citizen, and therefore no authority to detain him. And for that reason, I think it shows something that we've all seen and that we all know, which is that they're not interested in staying within the bounds of the authority that the law allows them. And to that we say, not on our watch. Not on our watch. It's clear that they lie and they go outside of the bounds of their authority because they can't rest on the truth or on the law in order to pursue their goals. They've created a problem where there is no problem. They've created disorder and terror, and now they're attacking and arresting U.S. citizens and local elected officials. And I want to make clear, Comptroller Lander was representing the people of New York City, who are his constituents. He was demonstrating moral bravery. And I want to call on the leaders of New Orleans, our city, and the leaders of Louisiana, who often disappoint us. But I want to give them this opportunity to behave the way that Comptroller Lander behaved today. Show up for your community. Show up for the people in your city, and show up for the most vulnerable members of your community who are experiencing true fear and terror in your city, in your immigration court within the bounds of this city. You can go there. If you're running for mayor in New Orleans, you can show up the way Brad Lander did today and protect the people in your community who live in your city, who are showing up for their hearings and living in fear of being arrested, detained, and deported. You can do that. I call on every candidate to do that. Let's not pretend that what's being done here by this administration and by ICE is meant to keep us safe. It doesn't. It makes us less safe. It means that people aren't showing up for school or work, and it means that they're not showing up for court hearings, which should keep us safe. What it's meant to do is stoke fear, separate families, uproot communities, and it's meant to benefit the private companies who benefit from immigration enforcement that this administration has undergone in the last few months. None of it makes us safe, none of it makes more jobs for American citizens, and to the contrary, it threatens law and order and it prevents people from showing up for court, for school, for work. So we will keep showing up. We'll keep going to immigration court, we'll keep showing up to the ICE office, and we'll tell our neighbors and friends and family members that we're here for them and we're watching. We have our eyes on ICE. We're watching ICE. We're here because we love our neighbors and friends and family members, and we're here because we want everyone to live free, safe, and prosperous lives, free from ICE and this presidential administration. Thank you.
It is so important, like Eva said right now, to be brave. To be brave. To be brave not just for yourself, but for everyone. For all of us who are fighting to protect civil liberties, struggling against this racist regime, we have to be brave. Our bravery could be the decisive factor here. And I also just, if you'll allow me to riff for a moment, would like to say a bit about Eva is from the organization Jewish Voice for Peace. And Jewish Voice for Peace is an organization that focuses on Palestine, on organizing the Jewish community in support of Palestine. And I've noticed a lot of Kafias in the crowd today. And I want to just briefly touch on this point because someone walking past might say, what does Palestine, what does anything going on in the Middle East have to do with immigration in the U.S.? What does it have to do with immigration in the U.S.? What does it have to do with workers' rights in the U.S.? What does it have to do with the struggle against racism in the U.S.? Well, it has everything to do with it. Because we have the same enemy. The people in Palestine who are resisting the U.S.-backed Israeli apartheid regime that is committing genocide and ethnic cleansing, that wants to replace one ethnic group with another. This is the same violent system that we are fighting against here at home. Because what Israel is doing right now to the Palestinians could not be done without the U.S.'s support. And we should remember that the techniques that the police use here on civilians in the U.S., the technology, the surveillance that they use on people here to terrorize black communities and to help ICE terrorize immigrant communities, they share this intelligence. They share this, truly what it is technology of terrorism that they share with Israel. And so they are one and the same. And so our struggle here for immigrant justice, our struggle against racism, for black liberation, is absolutely one with the struggle for the freedom of Palestine and the freedom of all people who live under the boot of the U.S. empire. If there were no violent, racist U.S. empire that had hundreds, actually over 800 military bases and sends troops all around the globe and sanctions any countries that nationalize their resources and don't do exactly what they want, really since the Monroe Doctrine of 1823, invades countries, topples their democratically elected leaders and replaces them with dictators. Imagine if none of this was happening, people wouldn't have a reason to leave their countries. People are fleeing the terror of the U.S. empire. So now we're going to hear more about, in the local context, what can we do to be a part of community defense? What can we do to really be in unity and solidarity with our immigrant brothers and sisters? I'm going to invite up Pablo from the Court Watch group, who's going to share about how you can be a court observer.
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down! Thank you so much to the organizers for your courage and your bravery. And your leadership. Courage, leadership, and bravery. I really hope that you're the leaders of tomorrow, because I think the world would be in such a better place with leaders like you. But thank you also to every single one of you, because this is democracy in action. This is what the First Amendment of our Constitution says, that we have a right to exercise free speech and the right to be out here protesting. And that's why these folks want to repress us, because as soon as they're able to silence us, and they're able to install their authoritarian regime. My name is Pablo Zavala. I'm a professor of Spanish and Latin American Studies at a local university.
But I also volunteer with Port Watch. And if you're interested in doing Port Watch, then please come talk to us. There's several of us here that do that. And you can come talk to me, to us. We'll take down your information and add you to the roster. We go on a daily basis. We take turns and we observe the court proceedings of people asking for asylum and just to generally carry out the bureaucratic process. And we make sure that everything is respected, that immigrants' rights are respected. Lately, we've been seeing an uptick of ICE agents lurking, creeping around the corner of the hallways secretly. They don't wear badges, they don't wear uniforms, secretly. They're ashamed and they don't like being recorded either, and we have this documented, and they wait for the immigrants to come out of court and then they kidnap them. Shame! They've been terrorizing us throughout the country for the last few months. Shame! And they kidnap us and they take us to rural places of Louisiana. Shame! In detention centers that are for-profit, that benefit the few rich men who were born rich, who just sit behind their desk and they give orders and they depend on the working class like us. Shame! That's right. They are a secret police. The folks up there in the third floor who have been going down to the immigration court, they are a secret police. So I want to talk for a second about secret police because this is a very important element throughout history and dictatorial regimes. So I want to take a minute and read a paragraph from this book by Hannah Arendt. Hannah Arendt was a Jewish philosopher who wrote The Origins of Totalitarianism in 1951. Struggle for total domination of the total population of the earth. The elimination of every competing non-totalitarian reality is inherent in the totalitarian regimes themselves. If they do not pursue global rule as their ultimate goal, they are only too likely to lose whatever power they have already seized. Totalitarianism in power uses the state administration for its long-range goal of world conquest and for the direction of the branches of the movement. It establishes the secret police as the executors and guardians of its domestic experiment in constantly transforming reality into fiction. And it finally erects concentration camps as special laboratories to carry out its experiment in total domination. That's exactly what we're seeing is a reality turning into fiction because we haven't seen this type of oppression in this country yet throughout the 250 years since those 13 colonies declared independence from that empire. Before we turned into an empire. We've seen it in Latin American countries because of destabilization that this empire has caused. We've seen people disappear in places like Argentina. Back in the 70s, los desaparecidos, that's why they disappeared, because they dissented peacefully from the government. And today we see a secret police, the ICE agents, who are not just arresting and taking into custody immigrants who are undocumented. That's not what they're doing. They're taking everybody, and they could take everybody if they could. They're taking our neighbors. They're taking our loved ones. They're taking our friends. They're taking our co-workers. They're taking the people that work in the back of the house at restaurants. They're taking construction workers. They're taking people that harvest the crop, and they would kidnap each and every single one of us if they could. Make no mistake. But I ask you, are we scared? No! Are we scared of ICE? No! Are we scared of ICE Acting Director Todd Lyons? No! Are we scared of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem? No! Are we scared of Governor Jeff Landry? No! Are we scared of Donald Trump? No! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! If we don't get it, 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 shut it down. And this is ours. This belongs to the people. They work for us. The governor, the president, the mayor, the city council, the representatives, the senators, and they are being elected too, by the way. It doesn't matter if you're a permanent resident like Mahmoud Khalil. It doesn't matter if you're a citizen like the baby that had cancer that was deported to Central America, or like the mayoral candidate in New York City who was
who's a citizen. It doesn't matter. They're coming for each and every single one of us, but this is ours. Whose streets?
Our streets!
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 Thank you, Pablo. You could be doing on a 5 p.m. on a Tuesday. But everyone here chose to show up for this resistance. Everyone here who came out maybe after a long day of work or other obligations, maybe we feel tired, maybe we feel depleted, but we can't let ourselves back down. We showed up to defend our immigrant neighbors, our immigrant community. And we're going to keep doing it. We owe it to them. We owe them our bravery. And our last speaker for today is going to be from the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Give it up for Jade. Hello, hello, everyone. When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do? Alright! Hello everyone, my name is Jade. I'm a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and I'm honored to be with all of you today. Give it up for yourselves for being here today. All of us are here this evening because we answered a call to meet the moment, to take a stand in this absolutely critical moment in history. That's right. Around this country, the Trump administration and their billionaire friends are waging a historic war against immigrants, against black people, against women, against queer folks, and so many other members of the entire working class. It's painful. All of us are here to say no more. What are we saying? What are we saying? That's right. And while the protests in Los Angeles have dominated the news cycle and the people there have risen up bravely, we know that the fight for justice isn't just in Los Angeles, it isn't just in New York, it isn't just in Chicago, because we know that any fight for justice has always been waged here in the South. So many of us here today know that the South has always been a testing ground for politicians and billionaires' most disgusting and dangerous ideas to make a quick dollar. When we're in the South, they are testing out the most dangerous ways to drill oil, to frack gas, to distract us with dangerous climate solutions. It's shameful. In the South, they're building out massive, sprawling prison complexes. In the South, they are building the weapons and testing them here, the weapons that are being dropped on our brothers and sisters in Palestine. W.E.B. Du Bois said, as the South goes, so goes the nation. And that has never been more true than right now, because it might seem like what's happening on our TV screens is far away, but the battle for immigrant rights is being waged right here in the core of the South, in the belly of the United States beast. We've seen a lot of examples of how this is playing out, but just so everybody can be on the same page, just a few weeks ago, our dear Governor Jeff Landry announced, that's appropriate, Jeff Landry announced Operation Go, the latest push for Louisiana local law enforcement to partner with ICE, making it even easier for law enforcement of all stripes to arrest people, to separate them from their families, to deport them, and to detain them. It's disgusting. so that people can inform our immigrant brothers and sisters of whether or not they have the right to protest. And they do, but they don't want us to know that, do they? No. They don't want us to know that we have rights, do they? No. Louisiana is the testing ground for a whole new range of repressive laws. And so it is up to us to fight those laws. It has been well publicized that people are being brought to Louisiana after being detained by ICE. It might not have been something that people really knew about before, but do y'all know how many ICE prisons are in Louisiana? How many? Shout out. 9! 9 ICE prisons in our state. 9 prisons where people are being held in disgusting, horrific conditions, condemned by all manner of human rights groups. It's shameful! These prisons where people are being arrested for simply living their lives or even having the audacity to exercise their constitutional right to protest or register dissent. These people are being sent to Louisiana because the government hopes we would forget about them. Have we forgotten about them? No. Will we forget about them? No. Will we keep fighting for them? Yes. It's up to us as people who live here in this testing ground for the most dangerous ideas of capitalism, in this belly of the beast, in the heart of the South, where all forms of oppression thrive. It is up to us to fight these things. As people who live in the core of this struggle, we have a responsibility. We have a duty to fight, to bring our friends and loved ones to the next protest, and the next protest, and the next protest, and the next protest, and to join an organization, and to keep fighting, and to be in the streets, and to fight for our people, and to every single person that is detained under this disgusting regime of terror is free. And until Palestine is free, until our immigrant relatives are free, and until we can all be free from this repressive state violence, it's up to us to keep showing up. Are y'all going to keep showing up? Yes. Are y'all going to bring someone to the next protest? Yes. What I like to hear. When I see so many of you out here today, I am filled with so much hope, and I hope you are too. The far right and the billionaires bank on the fact that we feel alone and powerless and too scared to go outside. But look at us. Look at this power. Look how many people took time off right after work on a Tuesday evening to come out here and protest. Do y'all feel powerful? Yes! All right. Now is the time to be boldly and loudly in support of our immigrant family. I invite and urge all of you to stay in the streets, to keep protesting, to join an organization, to channel that righteous anger into a place where we can continue to fight, to sustain the struggle. Consider joining a group like the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Or if you're from somewhere out of town, look us up there or start your own organization. But we need to get organized. We need to fight back. And I'm so glad to see y'all joining the fight back. All right, so I'm going to end with this quote from Black Panther, Assata Shakur. I'm going to say it and invite y'all to repeat after me, okay? So I'll point to y'all when it's time to repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love one another.
We must love one another.
And support each other.
And support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
All right. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other.
We must love each other.
And support each or you have a concern about something, please find one of them. We also have a police liaison, so if there's a police nearby, do not speak with them. We have a specific person who is designated for that role. We have people here because the community is going to keep us safe. Alright? And we also have waters here. If you need a water, we've got waters for you. So stay hydrated. Let's go! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets?
All right, y'all. So now they taking to the streets. They about to have a little march. And I'm gonna stay live. I'm gonna stay live. Okay? Because I don't know if it's about to get crazy, you know what I'm saying? But they got security and all that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay tuned. Y'all share that live if y'all can share the live. But yeah. They about to march. Here you go. See? They about to march.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that! No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state!
No fear! No hate! No ICE in our state!
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state!
No fear! No hate! No ICE in our state!
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state!
No fear! No hate! No ICE in our state!
No fear, no hate, no ICE in our state!
No fear! No hate! No ICE in our state!
The people united will never be defeated!
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 El pueblo unido jamás será vencido!
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido!
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido!
Jamás será vencido!
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido!
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido!
The people united will never be defeated!
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 No ICE! No KKK! No racist USA!
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 No Trump! No KKK! No fascist 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 USA!
No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA!
No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA!
La migra, la policía, la misma porquería.
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 What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
We don't get it.
Shut it down!
We don't get it.
Shut it down!
We don't get it.
Shut it down!
No KKK, no fascist USA!
No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA!
No Trump! No KKK, no fascist USA!
No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA!
No Landry! No KKK, no fascist USA!
No Landry! No KKK! No fascist USA!
Say it loud, say it clear, immigrants are welcome here!
Say it loud! Say it clear! Immigrants are welcome here!
Say it once, say it twice, we will not put up with ICE!
Say it once! Say it twice! We will not put up with ICE!
Say it loud, say it clear!
Immigrants are welcome here!
Say it once, say it twice!
We will not put up with ICE!
When do we want it?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
we don't get it,
Shut it down! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! ¡Jamás será vencido! ¡El pueblo unido jamás será vencido! ¡El pueblo unido jamás será vencido! All the walls have got to go! From Palestine to Mexico! All the walls have got to go! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! Stand up like that! Stand up like that! Stand up like that! Stand up like that! No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA! No Landry! No KKK! No fascist USA! No ICE! No KKK! No fascist USA! No Trump! No KKK! No fascist USA! Escucha! Escucha! Estamos en la lucha! Escucha! Escucha! Estamos en la lucha! Say it twice! We will not put up with ICE! Say it loud! Say it clear! Immigrants are welcome here! Say it once! Say it twice! We will not put up with ICE! Education, not for ICE!
My bad, y'all. My bad.
deportation. Money for jobs and education, not for mass deportation. We won't put up with ICE. Say it once, say it twice. Say it once, say it twice. We won't put up with ICE. We won't put up with ICE. Say it once, say it twice. Say it once, say it twice. We won't put up with ICE. We won't put up with ICE. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No KKK, no fascist USA. No ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA. No ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
We're making our way to Canal Street if you're anywhere around there. But yeah, they're making their way to Canal Street. So we'll see what happens. This is where everybody at now. We're making our way to Canal Street right there. You know, that's a busy street right there, but at least they got police escorts. Let me see. All right. All right, this Canal Street right here, y'all.
No fear, no hate, no ICE.
out here getting that groundwork. They protesting ICE out here. It's live on YouTube right now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they out here in the streets right now. There's gonna be more protests. We're fed up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out here. All that good stuff.
Stay loud, stay clear, immigrants are welcome here. Stay clear, immigrants are welcome here. Stay loud, stay clear, immigrants are welcome here. Stay one, stay twice, we will not put up with ICE. Stay once, stay twice, we will not put up with ICE. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha.
Going over here by Armstrong Park now if y'all want to join the movement or just see it for yourself. Going over here by Armstrong Park. You know what I'm saying, right?
Stand up, fight back.
Yeah.
Shut
The revolution is televised. I told y'all, follow me, hit that follow button. More content, and it's far from over. I'm going live the whole time. Let me see how much battery I got on here. Ooh, we at 52%. All right, check it out, y'all.
And he too was an immigrant, and he sought refuge in New Orleans. And so, I think it's quite significant that we wrap here today. And I want to thank everyone for marching with us. And like so many speakers have said previously, there has really never been a more important moment to organize, to form a mass movement, to unite people all across this country in every city, to show that we don't stand for the terrorism of this administration. Because we see that there's power in the people. These billionaires in the Trump administration, these cronies, these people on Wall Street, they think they're powerful because they have the most money. They think they're powerful because they own the biggest corporations and the biggest banks. But they are cowards. It's really the people that have the power. And it's always been that way. And like Jade said earlier, our struggle here in the South is so critical. What we do in Louisiana, the resistance that we form for the immigrant justice struggle, the struggle against racism, all of the struggles that affect us as working people. We're fighting for life, we're fighting for dignity, and we're fighting against the most intense forms of oppression here in Louisiana and throughout the Deep South. That's right. And we're also drawing on a very strong history of resistance. If we look back at all the gains that we've won, just look at all the ways the working class people have existed, from the labor movement in the 1930s, who won the right to unionize. That was one. To the civil rights movement, the Black liberation movement, the right to vote and the right to have basic civil rights. Those were not just handed down by the ruling class. They were not just handed down. People stood up and fought for them and demanded them. And the same goes to the struggle of the queer and trans community. The struggle in the 60s and 70s for queer and trans rights and for abortion rights. These rights were not just handed down. They were won by people in struggle. And so if we want to preserve any of these rights, and we want to demand more, and we want to demand full liberation, because what we really want is for us, the people, working people in this country, to have power. If we want to really get there, we have to be willing to be brave. We have to be willing to show out, to form a movement, to be in solidarity with each other, and to organize day in and day out. And so we're going to keep organizing. I'm an organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. We are an organization of working class people fighting to unite the working class on all fronts to defeat the system of capitalism, where a tiny group of billionaires, a tiny clique of the most rich and elite at the top have all the power, replace it with a system where regular working people, whether it's immigrants or other oppressed groups, have the power. So please stay involved in this movement. And if you want to learn about getting involved with the PSL, please talk to one of us in the red shirts today. Everything that the ruling class is doing right now is trying to divide us. They want to divide us. They want to divide oppressed nationalities against each other. They want to divide the struggles. They don't want us to be taken to the streets. They want us to be scared and stay in our homes and not protest. But we need to learn that the only way we can win freedom and justice for immigrants and everyone else is by resisting.
That's right.
And this resistance right now, it is under attack, but to remain in the struggle, to be able to defend our right to protest, we have to keep doing it. We have to keep doing it and asserting that we have that right. We're going to use the rights that we have right now.
That's right.
Because really, this ruling class, the Trump administration, and truly all of the ruling classes before it made up of very wealthy and powerful people, they have always had this drive towards war, towards violence, toward racism. This is a country that was built on that foundation. This is a country that was built on the backs of the labor of enslaved people who were forcibly kidnapped and taken here to make wealth for big corporations. It was built on the backs of immigrants who came from all over the world and worked for pennies to build this country. It was built on the backs of poor and working class oppressed people. And it also will continue because of the resistance of oppressed and poor and working class people. And we also want to acknowledge that right now there is a ruling class that wants to drive us toward war. They want to keep fueling, this genocide in Palestine against the people of Gaza and to bring us into a full war against Iran. But we know, just as we can look and see that our immigrant brothers and sisters are not our enemy, just as we can see that they are not our enemy, that the Palestinian student movement, that Palestinians are not our enemy, the people of Iran are also not our enemy. It is another tactic to divide us. And so we're here to say, they cannot divide us. We stand for unity. We stand for unity. We stand against war. We stand against racism, against all the wars and destabilization that the U.S. empire has carried out that has forced people to immigrate here. And we stand against the unfolding war drive today. And the war on immigrants is the same front that we're fighting in the wars that the U.S. wants to wage to terrorize people abroad. So, thank you everyone for coming out today. I am so glad to see so many people spending their Tuesday evening this way, and I hope you will keep organizing with us. Who got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power?
People power.
Who got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power?
People power.
Who got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power?
People power.
Who got the power?
We got the power.
What kind of power?
People power.
Woo! Thank you! And make sure when you're walking back to where you started, walking back to your car, please do not walk alone. Try and find somebody or friends to walk with. Let's keep each other safe.
I'm going to walk on the grass here. I walked further enough as it is, okay?
All right, y'all, that's the end of it. That's the protest. I think they having one tomorrow at 12 o'clock on Porges. So if I'm not doing nothing, I'll come out to that tomorrow. But other than that, that's it. Straight up. I show you all parts of New Orleans, you know. So that's just what it is. Straight like that. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gone.